institution because they got to the percentage of Black students that they were looking for when I first started there.
Oh, we're gonna talk offline because I want to know.
Okay. So I'm saying, and I promise I'm going somewhere with this. I promise I am. So they got where they wanted to be off of the backs of the Black students that they were able to facilitate coming in. But again, when that happens, you're taking away from that population of students who might necessarily who historically have gone to Black colleges and universities. Okay, so for the survival and the viability of institutions, and in particular, small private HBCUs, you have to diversify. You have to. If not, there are not, I'm not going to say there are not enough Black students to go around, but most of our institutions are actually going after the same students. So you imagine the Common App, and I'll take the Common Black App as an example. A student can put out applications for any institution that they want to. Let's say that they put it out for 10 HBCUs. Those 10 HBCUs are going to get that same student application, but that student can only go to one school. And then plug into that, let's say, hypothetically, that student goes to a high school where their guidance counselor said, oh, you put this out for 10 schools, but you know what? Why are you even thinking about an HBCU? Why don't you go over here to this school, whatever, or why don't you go to this community college, or why don't you go to the military? Because that's also happening in our school systems where we have schools, K-12 institutions are actually telling students not to go to HBCUs, right? Mm-hmm. So you have all of these things, all of these influences that are impacting student enrollment. But at the end of the day, you still got a bill you got to pay. And so in order for our schools to, and that's one part of it. The other part is that you do want your students to have a holistic experience. You want them to experience other cultures. You want them to experience other opportunities because that is the world that we live in. It's not all Black, right? The other third part to that, or the third prong, is that you also want to invite other people into your space so that they learn how to respect the culture. They learn how to respect the space. They learn how to respect, right? That assimilation into the everyday culture is what we do anyways. But for HBCUs, there is that space and that place where I'm not having to assimilate into who you are. You get to come into my space, and I get to determine how exactly you understand who I am as a person, as a Black person in this country. And if you don't want to understand that, then you go somewhere else. But at least it's a way to also create those opportunities for engagement and to expand our objectives of hopefully people understanding what it is that makes our schools unique, makes us who we are as people, and that we are not one type or way, but that we are very diverse our own selves as Black people, and that we want to be able to have that to that understand. And that question that came up, what can we do to compete?
Before you answer that, I want to kind of rebut that just a little bit. Yeah. So yeah. I hear what you're saying, Dr. Wilks, but I kind of want to play devil's advocate with this for a moment, only because I do understand what you're saying. However, they can still come to the schools, play in the band, gentrify the D9, and turn around, vote another way, and still won't hire you. Number two, there's a pending case right now at Howard University where they allowed someone into the School of Law, and I'm pretty sure you're aware of this case. And I know someone was in class with this person, antagonizing the students with racial harassment. The students complained to the president. The president, from what I was told by the student, did nothing. The student was then removed or expelled from university for violating the character code of conduct. And so then this student is now suing Howard University for discrimination, although they are the perpetrator of the crime. And then during a town hall meeting, from what I was told by said student, I won't say their name, they came in with a news reporter from a particular very conservative network. So we're allowing people in spaces that are supposed to be safe for our communities. But now, even though the lawsuit pending is at a low amount, it's going to set a legal precedence that even if the person is wrong, is the possibility the school may still pay the student out to shut them up and could open the door for the bleeding of HBCUs with similar cases. So that's why I'm putting this question out here, because I do hear what you're saying, but then I'm looking at backlash and potential backlash, i.e. particularly right now with Howard University, with them opening the doors for, air quotes, as you stated, diversity, and now it's